Something is happening. Something terrible.
Henry! Where's Ralphie? Ralph.
Where's your brother?
First a kid disappears, then this. You're not leaving Salem's Lot, are you?
I'm not leaving. Don't you understand what's happening?
Do you?
Yes, I do. It's in the Marsten House. Good evening. I dreamed. You slept there all night? Yeah. A little tired. Didn't sleep much last night. I was dreaming. Somebody out there.
Sweet dreams.
I let him in.
Oh, it's only all just happened
Since I came here.
It wasn't a dream.
Stop, holy man! You can do nothing against the master.
They're breeding on one another. The vampires are creating vampires.
The master wants you.
It's a geometric progression. 2 times 2 times 4 times 8.
There's a dead man upstairs.
Bill! Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil.
Look at me. Ned Tibbetts' body has disappeared from the morgue.
Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Bill!
And Susan's in there. Run! No!
Look at him!
Stephen King, the best-selling author of Carrie and The Shining, takes you on a startling journey to Salem's Lot.
There are vampire movies, and then there is Salem's Lot. Salem's Lot might be synonymous now with horror, specifically vampiric horror, but back then it was the master of terror himself, Stephen King, teaming up with the Texas chili champion, Tobe fucking Hooper. After Texas Chainsaw, before Poltergeist, and even Life Force, we were given Salem's Lot, which was a miniseries made for TV that debuted in 1979. When Salem's Lot was being developed, it actually started as a major network gamble. CBS back then wasn't exactly known for pushing hardcore horror in '79, but the massive success of Salem's Lot the novel made it too big to ignore. Originally, the plan was to adapt it to a full-feature film, but the scope of this story was just too big to cram into 2 hours. So naturally, we shifted into a 2-part television event, which at the time, well, that was kind of a big deal. They brought in Tobe Hooper, fresh off Texas Chainsaw Massacre, a guy responsible for extremely raw and graphic horror films, suddenly working under network TV restrictions. Naturally, Hooper had to get relatively creative. He couldn't rely on gore or extreme violence, so he leaned into atmosphere. A lot of the most iconic moments were deliberately designed to be quiet and unnatural instead of his kind of trademark graphic. But if we really think about it, Tobe Hooper's never been extremely graphic. It's just the things that he's showing you, the things that he's implying with his films make you think of the most graphic things, even just the title, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. How about the floating kids at the window? That was achieved with the simple rigging with slow movement, but the real trick was the sound design and the pacing. They made it feel dreamlike. They made it feel almost hypnotic. And then Barlow, his look itself, originally in King's book, he's more of a traditional kind of speaking vampire, but that decision to strip him of all that, turn him into this silent Nosferatu-like figure was incredible. Despite being made for TV, it ended up being so intense that some markets actually received viewer complaints when it aired. Can you imagine being around to watch Salem's Lot on TV? I'm telling you right now, man, that would have been a fucking incredible time to be alive. Parents weren't expecting the level of nightmare fuel on a network broadcast, especially with kids at the center of the horror. Over time, it's become one of those rare cases where the network interference actually made the film better, because instead of showing you everything, Hooper made you feel it, and that's why it still works. In Salem's Lot, Tobe Hooper doesn't rush into the horror. He lets you sit in this town. He lets you get a little bit familiar with it. The streets, the houses, the people, it all feels lived in. It feels quiet. It feels normal. Because when the darkness starts creeping in, it's not loud. It's just a little bit subtle. People get sick, okay? Kids disappear. Windows get tapped at night. And if you watch this as a kid, well, you already know. You've seen this film. This movie's terrified you for decades, myself included. Let me put this frankly. My face is numb all the way to my neck, so if I drool a little bit, I want it to really come across. And if I'm slurring my words, I apologize, but I had to get this out there. I love Salem's Lot so much. We're about to talk about it for like the next 10 minutes. This movie means more to me than a lot of... This is in my top 10 horror movies, no doubt. And people might say, dude, it's too slow. This movie's a little bit long in the tooth. Why has it got to be 2 tapes? Why? I adore Salem's Lot. Salem's Lot on VHS, I should have brought it out here. All my movies are kind of getting rearranged anyway. Salem's Lot was the very first horror film that I ever purchased. Fast forward about 3 years to 1995, I moved to a new state, a new city, got a paper route, and I would go into Kmart with my paper route money, and you'd have to wait. You only got paid once a month, and I'd be up at the crack of dawn, man, rolling papers all day, Saturday morning, Sunday, trying to get some money. And I would walk into Kmart, and they had these kind of spinning shelves back there. Remember that? It was like right movie, or nice movie, nice price. Do you remember that? They had like these little black and orange stickers on them, and I would walk up to the movies and I would spin that little shelf. And I remember specifically seeing Rocky, and is that gonna be the first movie that I buy with my paycheck? I seen The Evil Dead. I'd never seen The Evil Dead, but it looked so incredible right there. And I was just going through, kind of skimming around, looking for the right movie. And what I ended up with was Salem's Lot for $7.99. That price, great movie, great price, is tattooed in my fucking brain, man. I brought that movie home because of the cover art. The cover of Salem's Lot, of that house, the Marsten House, and he's just reaching out above you, like controlling the entire town, kind of like a puppet, kind of like Nosferatu. Barlow's character got me. Just completely saturated any thoughts that I wanted to pick up The Evil Dead or Rocky. Those were the choices. And to be fair, do I have Salem's Lot out here? Those are still 2 of my favorite fucking movies of all time. Rocky and Evil Dead. I ended up buying them like the following week. But I brought home Salem's Lot, and I put that thing in 183 minutes, I believe. Let me double check my 183 minutes. Okay? You didn't have the option of watching the TV cut back then on tape. It was a double tape. You remember those double tapes? You had Braveheart, The Godfather, Titanic, those big double tapes, right? Sometimes you'd get Oh God 1 and 2, right? I'm talking Salem's Lot was a double tape. It was thick, man. And I brought that thing home and I put it on, PG or not. In 1995, I was 12 years old. That movie terrified me, man. Salem's Lot floored me. Of course, I went out and I bought the novel. I don't have that out here either. Shit. It's been a day. It's been a week with dental stuff. Just horrible. But Salem's Lot is not horrible. I am so infatuated with this film. I'm in love with the character, David Saul, right? I love, there's all kinds of character actors in this fucking movie that they all did just such a fucking great job. But the film itself, it just captivated me, man, from the very beginning, where we go into Salem's Lot, Jerusalem's Lot, if you will, and you're kind of just driving through, right, in that yellow rig, and he parks and he goes and he starts to rent a house, but first he can see the Marsten House up there on the hill, just messing with him, and oh my, it just felt It felt medieval. It felt like something that could actually happen when I was 12. I don't know what it was, man. But guys, thanks for being here. Let's dig in to Salem's Lot. Forget everything you think of when you hear the term vampire. No charisma, no elegance. It's just this thing. This bald, rotting, glowing eyes, teeth, needle-ish, just looking ancient, inhuman, like something that should have stayed buried. That's what we get when we talk about Barlow. Barlow is exactly what I think of when I think of a vampire. He is my preferred look of vampire, period. Barlow is a class act. Barlow is one of the freakiest things you're ever going to see in a made-for-TV horror series, horror movie, whatever you want to call it. PG, parental guidance. There's nothing parentally guiding me to think that Barlow isn't scary. That like greenish, yellow, bluish head, man, that thing was fucking terrifying. Barlow doesn't talk his way into any scenes even. He just kind of appears and then the entire room dies. It's one of the most horrific vampire designs ever put on screen, period. End of fucking story, and it still works today without needing any sort of upgrades. What really elevates Salem's Lot though also is the character Straker, who is kind of his servant. He is the one that is the face of it all. He's calm, he's proper, he's almost even a little bit distinguished. He's the kind of guy who doesn't have to raise his voice because he doesn't have to. He's got this quiet confidence about him. He makes everything just a little bit more unsettling. He's so untrusting, I don't even know what it is, but you know that he is dangerous. He never gives you a reason you can actually point to though, and that makes him creepy. And then you got the town itself, Salem's Lot. It doesn't just have a little bit of evil, it decides to completely absorb it. By the time things fully unravel in that second hour, it feels like the entire place is just infected. Like there's nowhere safe even left. Every house, every street, it's all part of it now. Even the little moments in this film, the crosses shaking of people's hands, losing power when your faith starts to crack. It's such a simple idea, but the way that it's done, it makes it feel desperate. It makes it feel like it has real stakes. See what I just did there? Like protection isn't even guaranteed. And that scene with the groundskeeper just sitting there in that rocking chair, that's the kind of hooper, that's the kind of horror, that's the kind of hooper that horror nails. You know what I'm saying. That thing, it's not loud. That thing, that scene is not flashy. It just is. And that's what makes it so fucking unsettling. You don't question it, you can just feel it. His glowing eyes piercing into your soul in that rocking chair, man. He was just having a hard time. He's like trying to unload the fucking, everything that he's trying to do, everything's cold. He's struggling, he's not feeling so good. It's a problem, dude. It's a real problem in this film. And so maybe, I guess people could say the pacing drags a little bit. If we're going to get into any negatives of this, it takes a little bit of time getting to where it's going, but this is a miniseries. This is on TV. This is an hour-and-a-half show, right? With commercial breaks, you're probably looking at 2 hours for like 2 weeknights. This fucking thing rips. I don't give a shit about pacing. If people are really upset that it's that long, there is a 120-minute like theatrical version that kind of sucks when you take all the cool shit out of it. It just sucks. It's not as good. Honestly, what works is a slow burn. And that's why it works, because you have time to invest in it. The horror fully takes you over because you're already stuck in that town with it. And there's no fucking way out. And Salem's Lot is the best there is. The best there was. My favorite vampire film? Ooh. Maybe. My face hurts just thinking about it. Maybe. I was getting hyped up there. All right, let's peek at this Arrow video release. I think at this point we talked about the movie enough. I love it. I love every single scene in this film. I think it justifies its runtime. But I also feel the same way about the original It miniseries. That's another like holy grail of mine. Like it's just unbelievable. It's so good we don't even really talk about it. It's that good. Salem's Lot is that good, and this release is that good. This is what you're working with from Arrow Video. Okay, look at the cover. Now they took some creative liberties going with the purple instead of the blue. I'm so used to the blue, and even that Ghost album, like I'm so used to seeing that. So this is still really cool with the purple. There's the back if you kind of want to read some of all the different versions in there. There is an original miniseries version, the theatrical version, and there's hours and hours of just gargantuan amount of hours of fucking extras on this. I watched a ton of it. It's gonna really hit you where you itch if you're a Salem's Lot fan. So this slides right off, okay? Boom. Then we've got a nice kind of hard edition here, and on the back it's just pretty classy. On the inside we've got the Salem's Lot. It does have reversible cover art. The reversible cover art is the poster. I'll show you that in just a second. On the inside, you get a Welcome to Jerusalem's Lot, population 2013, elevation 289. So you're going to get the original TV miniseries version. That's the one you want to watch, okay? That one's even got the bumpers, so it's got like the mini trailers before it starts. That's super cool. And then on the second disc, you got the theatrical version and the extras. And these are both also kind of shrunk down, just so you know. It's going to look like a TV screen, like it's on actual TV. That ratio is 1:371. And so you got your little arrow cue card here. I'll show you the poster image on the back. So yeah, that's your 4K right there. And then you've also got a Salem's Lot poster. Let's see back a little bit. So there's the new commissioned poster art right there. I don't know if that's in Italian. I'm not going to read it upside down, but it's still pretty cool. It's got Barlow right there. And then, of course, you got the original poster image. Still really wish it was blue. That's just such a small thing to like nitpick about. Then you've got this book that smells incredible just from here. And it's got all kinds of like artwork. It's got a bunch of features and different, it's fucking awesome. It's like over 100 pages, I remember. Yeah, about 100 pages even. Really, really cool. Some really, really cool like press stuff. There's a bunch of write-ups talking about the novel, talking about the TV series. I haven't read all of it, but this is a stellar release. Just the look of it. Tuck all this stuff back in there. This was probably what I was most excited for the entire year, if I'm being honest. It's only April. This came out from Arrow March 30th, so this is the release of the year for me. It's not even close. I know there's some cool stuff coming out that I'm really, really excited about, but this right here so far is my favorite release that I have. It just smells like Salem's Lot. It smells like a novel. Let's talk about the way that it looks. Some people are saying this thing is full of grain. Yeah, it is. It's from 1979, baby. Okay? Now, and it's also not going to use your whole screen. Like I said, it's going to shrink down a little bit. I think that the grain works. I think you just dumb your sharpness down to like 4 or 5 instead of, if you're like in a vivid mode in some TVs, right? You're going to want this on more like a movie maker mode or natural mode. Dumb your sharpness down just a little bit. Make sure your black levels are really, really low so they're popping, and then you're going to get crazy color at night. You're going to get like the antler scene when Ben's pushing Straker and all these people. Like there's some cool scenes at the end. It's actually not Straker that does it, right? But it's really, really cool. Fuck, man. Just think like you get to see everything. You get to see when the woman rises up from the gurney in the hospital. That scene looks so good in 4K. And then of course when you've got the kind of like the dinner table scene with Barlow is fucking absolutely incredible. When he first like opens his eyes and looks around. Banger fucking scenes, man. Like anytime they're like in the grass and Ben's kind of like reading his book with like this chick he's trying to hook up with, that all looks really, really good in 4K. The colors just pop. I feel like this is going to be more of like because it's shot on film, this is kind of like a flat pop. I don't even know if that makes sense, but I thought it looked incredible, man. I'm giving the way that it looks like a 10 out of 10. I think that thing shot on film, upgraded for a really nice TV with a really nice player, with a really nice release like this, just dumb down your sharpness or you're going to get even more grain if you have it too sharp. I thought that it looked like flat crispy. I don't even know if that's a term, but absolutely love this fucking movie, man. As far as the sound goes, the sound is really, really loud. The score is incredible. It's one of those kind of classic 70s horror movies. It's got fucking incredible sound. It is in mono. Is it mono too? It's just, I don't know, it's in mono. And I'm sorry, the other theatrical is only 110 minutes, not 120. So you only get 70 minutes of a movie. It's stupid to even have it that short. As far as the release, man, this is a 10 out of 10. This is a home run from Warner Brothers, from Arrow Video. God bless them for putting it out, man. This has got my favorite vampire character of all time in Barlow. He looks better than he ever has. Like the sound, the music, the actual horror that's going on, the window scene, for Christ, it's fucking so good. It's so good. If that didn't give you nightmares as a little kid growing up in the 80s, I don't know what to tell you. But I fucking love Salem's Lot. I love you guys. If you want to get this thing, add it to your collection, you know what to do, man. Go to Valori Video right now. Type in my code Beyond the Grave 10. You're going to save 10% off right then. I can't recommend this enough. If you've never seen Salem's Lot, don't ever watch that HBO one. That was just dog shit. Okay, I know there's the Rob Lowe one. I don't mind that. Okay, that was on TNT all the time. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's better than like the Shining remake that they made, right? Which is still kind of not that great. But if you're not used to this film, it's gonna look kind of old to you. But I fucking love old movies. I love B movies. I love things that are restored and like it's a 10. It's just that fucking good, man. I've been watching this movie my whole life since I was 12. I'm obsessed with Salem's Lot. I'm gonna get a Barlow tattoo. Just sitting here thinking about it. Oh man, can't wait to do it. I'm excited about it now. I fucking love Salem's Lot. I love you guys. I know it's been kind of slim pickings on the channel for the last week. I just had to get, I had some bunch of shit I had to get worked on, and it's almost all done now. So thanks for hanging out with me, man. You know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, talk some shit down there. Do you love Salem's Lot? Where does it rank in, you know, maybe even like your top 5 vampire movies? I'm a huge fan of the original Dracula, right? The Bela Lugosi stuff, huge fan. I love Castle Dracula. I feel like, you know, Curse of Dracula, the Christopher Lee stuff. I love Interview with the Vampire. My favorite Dracula. I still love fucking you know, Drexel, fucking my homie there. You know what I'm talking about? Gary Oldman, 92, that Dracula. Oh my god, dude, I fucking love that Dracula so much. But I love Salem's Lot even more. So until next time, guys, take great care of yourselves. Valori Video, Beyond the Grave 10, save 10%. Until next time, cheers.